this is All Will Fall. This is a three-dimensional city builder with some physics-based elements in. It's very interesting indeed. I'm Orbital Potato. Let's jump into it and see what we have got in store. And we are in. This is the world that we have to play around with. The premise is fairly simple. This boat has crashed and it has got my crew on board. Now, straight from the outset, I should say that this video has been sponsored by TinyBuild. What do they want me to tell you? It's very simple. You can check out this build of the game, the demo. Right now, it is available from the 24th of March. Check out the link down in the description. Okay, let's get started and let's get cracking. We have got a couple of different individuals. Specifically, we've got 5 workers, and we also have 3 engineers. These people are going to be absolutely critical to us surviving and hopefully thriving in this world. We also start with a wood gathering hut. Huts and buildings in this game are, they just work. We're able to assign workers, a variety of workers actually, up to 3, to this wood gathering hut. You will never guess what its purpose is. That's right, it's to gather wood. We're then able to press tab, and we are able to select all of the different bits of wood and detritus and debris that we want to be collected. But this is a 3-dimensional sort of style game, so we're not just going to be able to access this lower level. Instead, we are going to have to we're going to have to build some stairs down here, which is definitely what we are going to do over the course of time. We've got our resources up at the top here. We have got water, we've got food, we've got junk, we've got wood, we've got metal, goods, fuel, and electricity. Fine. Up in the top top right-hand corner, we've got a little calendar, which we can actually see the tide levels at. So low tide is going to be happening from 11 on, what is that, day 2, I suppose, which is grand. But the thing is that is going to give us access to a whole bunch of different new resources that are currently submerged. So that's quite cool, and yeah, quite interesting to see. Okay, we'll see if we can try and build ourselves a gathering hut. We'll build that right about there. And that will give my my people that are standing around doing not very much the opportunity to contribute actively to the colony, which is quite nice. We've got some storage facilities here. We've got water storage and storage, so that's cool. We'll leave that there for now. There's no real need to play around with it. Mark water piles for gathering. Okay, let's get water. Let's get water collectors assigned, and then I guess. What, down here? This is water? Yeah, we've got pile of water bottles. That's cool. Alright, but the problem is, that I've already sort of highlighted, is that this is a 3-dimensional city builder, and therefore we need to make sure that we are constantly able to build across all 3 of those dimensions. Stairs are therefore going to be very, very important, allowing us to access levels that we otherwise would not be able to access. I should also point out there's a difference between engineers and workers. There are sort of social differences. We need to try and satisfy their needs. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but more importantly is that we need to assign them as different groups to the buildings, which I am more than happy to do. Let's continue to collect the water. Very happy to continue to do that and see where we go next. Our next objective, to build a wooden support block in order to try and reach some new places. We've actually unlocked some new stairs. What is that? That's a wood gathering hut, which we already have, we've already built. That's fine. Wooden support block. Yes, I'm very interested in doing this. And in fact, I'm very interested in sort of building across here. Now, the way that the sort of game works in terms of physics is that we can build this because there are those sort of anchor points that are clearly delineated by those green cubes. However, if I wanted to build something that was perhaps, not as stable, something like this, for example, if I pause and then do something like this, you can see that we are immediately going to be in sort of unstable territory. And of course, I don't want to be doing something like that. In fact, I want to be not building anything of the sort. So instead, let's not do that. But it is it's something that we, you know, need to consider when we're building sort of weird and wacky structures, is how stable are they actually going to be. So all of this is looking pretty good. We've unlocked a ladder as well. A ladder is useful for reaching up to the, you know, higher sort of areas that we otherwise really wouldn't be able to access. Up here, for example, there's a pile of junk. We can also categorize sort of, you know, that this is a high priority junk pile to deconstruct. And in fact, I don't think we can actually access... we can't actually access the ladder until we create a little sort of stairway there. So yeah, very important that we make sure we are catering for everyone. How's this looking? This is looking good. We can now access that sort of high priority junk area. Very, very happy. I also have got a mission to try and get some food. We'll mark that for gathering, and we'll put that at a yellow level as well. So that's good. Everybody bar 2 people have currently got jobs. I think very much I would like to give other people jobs. The real question is, do I want to throw down another gathering hut? I mean, I could. I very much could. And I suppose I suppose I probably should just, you know, just do it. So yeah, let's go and do it. Let's give my engineers something to do whilst we're waiting for everything else to sort of happen. We're starting to accrue a little bit of food, which is nice. We're starting to get a little bit of water. We got plenty of I say plenty of water. We've got a little bit of water over here, but we do need to think about sort of where we're going to be expanding to next, and what we should be doing. Right, let's get that there. Anything else that I want to gather sort of as a priority? There's a big pile of food over here. Set this all up to be gathered so that we can get access to that pile of food. There's some water down the back here. We will mark that for gathering, and in fact, I will even build a ladder. There we go, down to ensure that we can get this. We'll gather it at priority number 2. That sounds fine. And that will be that. Right, we can research some new buildings if indeed we build a brand new research facility. This is a small lab. It's going to cost me 20 junk, and it just so happens that I have managed to get junk. Very nice. Okay, this is the research facility. It looks like sort of half of an aircraft or something. The cool thing is that it actually has 2 different doors, which I'm very interested in exploiting. This is going to be quite handy for us when we see the rising tide, and in fact, it might occlude our access to this area. So yeah, definitely worth getting a cheeky lab so that we can start the process of researching new buildings. Of course, it's probably going to mean that the engineers that I just assigned to this gathering hut are now going to need to be working in the small lab, but that's fine. It's also worth noting that the small lab can literally only take engineers. That's cool too. Also, nobody has a house. Everybody is upset that they don't have a house. We can also have a little look at the research tech tree and see what we've got going on here. Is there anything that we are particularly interested in? Yes, a woodcatcher. A woodcatcher is good because it automatically gives us wood. We will start the process of getting this researched. It requires 10 junk and 10 wood. We don't have the junk, but we do have the wood. That is quite nice. Right, first research. At this point, who cares about the planet? Excellent. Oh, build a wood boiler. It's fine. We can do our own bit of research before we jump into the wood boiler. Build some houses. Deconstruct your old crashed boat for resources. Cool. I guess we get to decide what we want to do in terms of like events. The boat saved our lives. It stays. You know what? We will deconstruct it. I frankly do not care for it. We'll get that deconstructed. Yeah. Nice. Okay, it's clear there's quite a lot of red lights on at the present moment. I definitely want to fix up the house situation. I would really love to get some houses. Let's do a house here. Sure, what the heck? Let's get that built. That'll at least start the process off. I should think that we'll be able to get everybody a house. We're also going to expand over here so that my gatherers can actually start doing something as opposed to just sitting around being lazy. Storage is not connected to any relevant buildings. That's fine. We don't need to necessarily worry about that right now. No ongoing research. I thought I set the woodcatcher to be researched. Oh, we just don't have enough resources. Where's the boiler? Where's the boiler? The wood boiler is over here. Yeah, we need a heck of a lot more resources before we're able to get that all done. We only have one little bit of junk. Right, let's see if we can try and set this food to be collected. There's another pile of junk right up on the top here. Water storage, food storage, and storage. We can build all of those things if indeed I want to. I don't need to. Let's get some ladders. If I build a ladder here, and then up to the top, then we can mark this for gathering, and we can mark it as position 3 in the hope that we can get that all done. Right. Where am I going to build my other houses? That's the real question. We can build... I mean, a house is for 2 people. We have 8 people, so we need 4 houses just immediately. Where am I thinking that we want to build the other houses? Well, I don't really want to stop... I don't really want to stop any access anywhere. I also don't want to build it on a lower level. I'm thinking maybe up top is a good idea. It's got a risk, though. It's got a risk of all ending poorly. And I don't really want it to all end poorly. Sure, that can go over there. How about that? Right. Next, we're going to need to... I mean, see, this is the problem. We need to make sure that we have access to all of the different houses. And I don't really love the fact that we don't have access over there. We're going to have a little think about where we want to put this. So, yeah, I've had a bit of a brainwave. Instead of putting the doors out this way, I'm just going to build 2 ladder systems, which is a very inefficient way to get people up and down to their houses. But I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to turn the whole building on its sort of access point and put the doors over here. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, also, it's low tide. That means new resources, which is very, very exciting. Also, it looks like there are more people. Excellent. A barely intact boat approaches your city. Someone from your group says that these are good people. Together, we will survive. I mean, I want the maximum number of people as we possibly can. We lose influence. I've not really talked about influence yet, but it's something that we will talk about in due course. Together, we will survive. Engineers, sailors, and workers gain 2 loyalty. So we're going to be nabbing ourselves additional sailors and additional engineers. I'm going to take Together, we will survive. Okay, brilliant. Welcome on board, everyone. I am delighted to have you all here. That's great. We must hurry. We must take advantage of the fact that we've got new resources that we can extract. I also need to mark you as something that needs to be done. Brilliant. I need to finish deconstructing the wood house there. Yeah, let's abort that. And then let's rebuild the wooden house over here. And actually, is that gonna work? Yeah, it totally will work. It totally will work. Why am I second guessing myself? All I need to do is put a door in over there, put a platform in over there, and that should be fine. Right. Yes. No stuff in storage. That's okay. Do we need any more gatherers? I think we do need more gatherers. I definitely think we need more gatherers. We obviously also need additional houses. Let's get the houses finished, and then let's look to fix the gathering situation. Okay, my houses are looking pretty darn good. It's time for another house. Let's see if we can try and squeeze... You know what? Why not just stick another house, like, straight in the middle here? Pretty much no reason not to, right? Oh, you fell over because the house was built where you were. Anyway, that's fine. We also have unlocked the ability to get a simple boat and a dock. Now, this is quite handy for a couple of different reasons. Mostly, it's because... I need to build it sort of hanging over the edge here somewhere. Mostly, if I'm able to build a dock, then I'm able to send out... Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty perfect location for a boat. Yeah, let's bang it down there. If I'm able to build the dock, then we're able to build a boat. And if we're able to build a boat, then we're able to send out our boat to go and collect these little piles of sort of floating wood around the world, which I am, of course, very, very interested in doing. Let's build this in here, and then one little bit of stairway right over there. Beautiful. And we should be able to start the process of constructing all of that in just a little bit. I think it's time that I assign some more gatherers. We've got 2 sailors who are currently doing nothing, and therefore I think we should gather some more. A basic gathering hut. We can build this on a sort of lower level. It's not a sort of urgent priority for me. We're going to force the priority of this, because quite frankly, it needs to be done. And then afterwards, we will get 2 of our sailors and 1 of our spare engineers assigned to it. How are we getting on with regards to research? Not good, because quite frankly, we just do not have the junk. That is a problem. Also, do I need more houses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we should be fine. No, actually, we got 12 people, and we have not got 12 houses. You know what? Let's do another Frankenstein house. Let's not do a Frankenstein house, because that is going to collapse. That's going to collapse things if we do that. Although I suppose we could do it here, right? That's actually not the worst idea in the world. Let's do it. And then I'm just going to build some additional sort of structural stuff around here, just to make sure that we can fully get around. But that's fine. This is a miserable place for the Gatherer's Hut, because, quite frankly, there's more to be gathered around this side, but we're going to need to build out some infrastructure in order to access it. Anyway, that's a junk pile that I have yet to exploit, and I would like to exploit it. So let's do this, and then hopefully, if I mark this as priority 3, we'll be able to get all the junk that we need in order to finish up our research, which is quite nice. You're about to stop complaining about the houses, which is great. You're still complaining about the fact that there's no junk, so you can't do any of the research. You're complaining about something. What are you complaining about? No junk in storage? Yeah, I figured as much. We got a dock. Brilliant. The dock is built, and I really like the location of this dock. Can I build a boat? It's going to cost me 20 wood, but I can absolutely build it. Let's get it placed down, and then after that, we need to assign some sailors in order to make the boat actually work. I don't think that we should have any issues. I think it should all work just fine. I do think that some more people just appeared in my settlement, though. Oh well. The point is that the boat works just like you would imagine the boat does, which is really kind of cool. Can I build another boat? I can absolutely build another boat, and we can assign 1 sailor to it. That's fine. I don't think it needs a bespoke... Okay, yeah, it does need a bespoke dock. However, if I go into tab mode... Yeah, will that allow me to... just get the floating sort of debris here. We maybe need to get another dock for that boat, but that's okay. We can do that. In fact, we can do it right here, if I'm not mistaken. What have I got here? A small junk house? Don't really feel like that's overly necessary. Should be okay. I'm reasonably happy with how this is all coming together, you know? This is looking really good. Okay, dock here. Right? Dock there. Is that going to just work? It should, because it's connected to the dock. Amazing. Looking good. And then we can maybe look to reassign one of our sailors. So we got a sailor that's currently doing work there. Move that to be an engineer. And then put the secondary sailor into here. Set that all up to be harvested. That's fine. Cool. Time control. Yep, we got it. Wood boiler. We still need more junk, but we can do that in the morning when, of course, we have the opportunity to actually make some progress. Okay, it's morning time. My boats should be heading off to their respective docks, and after that, they should be heading off to harvest a whole bunch of, well, mostly wood, to be fair. But yeah, a couple of other different bits and bobs as well. So that is quite nice. The boat is idling. At least it is for now. We should be harvesting all of this scrap. There's loads and loads of stuff to be harvesting. We do need a little bit more... We do need a little bit more housing space. I've had a bit of an idea. You're going to get stuck under there, probably. Not much I can do about that. I frankly don't care that much. Yeah, I think we build a house right here. We'll sort out 50% of my housing issues, but not all of them. Oh, it looks like we only need only one support in order to make it all work, so that's good. We still need one additional house. I have no idea where we're going to put it. This is such an awful layout, isn't it? I mean, it's working, which is the main thing, but there is, like, no scalability or flexibility. I've got the opportunity to get some fireplaces now. It's going to increase pollution a little bit. Ah, screw it. We'll just bang one down. That's fine. Our lab research is coming along just fine now that we've actually got a bit of junk production. That is good. We need to get a second fireplace. Ideally not in a location that is going to drastically upset people. That's fine, because it's not gonna block access to the storage or to the water, so that is good. We still need one more house location. It's almost time for high tide. That's fine. My boats are doing good stuff. They're working around the clock. I've just marked this as top priority, not for any particular reason, just to sort of see them move a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, where's our last house gonna go? And should I be starting to think about some better houses? I think the small junk house is going to be a little bit more sort of structurally sound, dare I suggest? Because this is not a very structurally sound operation. Although, I mean, we could do something like this. God, this is it's so janky. High tide incoming, run. Yeah, I don't believe anybody is operating at sort of low tide levels. Everybody is fine. We've cleared out the junk from here, so not really anticipating anything else. You know what? Let's just build a house on this lower level. I just really want to get ahead of my my population issues. I've never had enough housing for everyone, so it'd be really good to get on top of that. So get that built, and that is a house for everyone. Nobody can complain now. Well, you're managing, but hey-ho. Citizen failed to reach the marked spot. Well, we can unmark it then, because frankly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be dealt with right now. Okay, boilers and pollution. Yeah, we are going to nab ourselves a boiler. This is a wood boiler. Burns wood to turn salt water into drinkable water. What do I need? I need 20 junk. Pile of gas tanks. Oh boy, that's dangerous. This pile of junk up here, that's marked as a top priority. Oh, I can't even get access to it. I can't even get access to it because the stairs are in the wrong direction. That's a little bit awkward, but now that I've done that, we should be golden. There we go. Here comes everybody. Great. So get access to all that junk up there. Get access to this junk up here too. And that will give us more than enough junk for now. We have completely... I mean, this is... Loads of our space is gone. I do like how it's all green below the sea line. What do I want? Junk to water? Burns junk to turn salt water? Rain catcher? Maybe? Maybe we're going to need more food. A fishing boat? A fishing hut? I'll take a fishing hut. Sure. Yeah, take a fishing hut. Let's get that researched because I've got so much wood. We might as well just use any, or we might as well just do any research that we need. We're under attack. Uh-oh. Captain, the whole sky is filled with seagulls. Try catching them with your hands, sharpen sticks. Run for your life, or make some traps and nets. Yes. Make some traps and nets. I'm absolutely going to do that. Costs me a little bit of junk, but, you know, we just discovered a little bit of junk. I also need to build a wood boiler. Yeah, I also need to build some house decorations. Sure. What do I care about? What do I care about? Give me the roofs that don't actually require anything but wood. Sure. That's looking not too bad, if I do indeed say so myself. I mean, it makes my terrible housing decisions look almost intentional. We've increased We've increased people's happiness. Amazing. Look at that. So, I talked about influence. I talked about loyalty. I talked about how it all sort of fit together, or I said I was going to talk about how it all fit together. Unlocks after reaching 8 happiness, workers gain +2 carry capacity. That is absolutely huge. Look at that. So, if we're able to satisfy housing, and specifically housing quality, which I believe is what we have done by attaching decorations here. If we add leisure, if we give them water, then we get additional walk speed. That's cool. Yeah, loads and loads of additional stuff that we can get. Unlocked after reaching 15 happiness, gain 1 influence per person in this group. Sure. Sailors are also pretty happy. They gain 50% increased movement speed. Nice. Anything else? Oh yeah, engineers gain 5% production efficiency. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very happy with all of that. Okay, our research is complete. We have unlocked a fishing hut, which is quite cool. A fishing hut will require a little bit of clearance. We need to make sure that we can access the water below. Kind of like the dock, actually. Where do I want to build this thing? Maybe, like, over here somewhere? Somewhere like this would probably not be a bad idea. I mean, maybe if I was to double up this sort of support strut over here and then bang it down in this vicinity. Yeah, I'm thinking right about there. That's looking pretty darn good. We'll get that sorted. This dock is currently inaccessible, I believe, because there's this floating pile of junk that is just sort of chilling right there. That's, I mean, unfortunate that is the case. We will obviously mark it for construction and make sure that it is the highest level. At least one citizen is working in the junk boat. Oh, we don't have a junk boat. This is just a regular boat. That is fine. Let's see. Can I get a junk gathering boat? That requires tier 2. Okay. We're gonna need to work towards that, I think. Let's work on a woodcatcher. Fine. We'll at least start the process of automating that. We're just going to have to get our junk from environmental places. It's finally time to build the wood boiler. The wood boiler is going to cause an absolute load of pollution, so that's why I'm going to build it right the way over here. But the wood boiler is at least going to give me a way of collecting resources, ideally water, that is not related to the environment, which is really important. We require wood. We require everything. That's great. Let's reduce the number of engineers and sailors that we have working there so that we can get people working in here. That's good. A mysterious building. It's over here. Okay. We require a little bit of research in order to figure it out. The entrance is also down there, so that's a little bit of a ways away. Yeah, not something that we really need to worry about right now, but it is something that we're going to need to worry about in the future. I'll also unassign that engineer from there, and we'll get the engineer assigned to the fishing hut so that we can start the process of accruing a little bit of fish. We also have an objective to increase our happiness to 15 for one social group, probably easiest for the workers. So if we improve food, that would be good. If we improve leisure, I mean, there's lots of stuff that we can improve. A lot of it is going to obviously be tied to research, though, and there's a lot of research to be done. Oh, an event that will allow us to get some additional people. What would I like to do? They can stay. We can take care of everyone. Or, good, but they must hand over the boat first. We can take care of everyone. We're going to lose 20 food in order to enjoy the privilege of increasing our population, but frankly, that's absolutely worth doing because having 2 more people to gather stuff is just great. We have got plenty of wood. I mean, we are so good for wood. It's junk that we need, and in fact, the good news is that the sea level is just in the process of going down, which will save my bacon pretty substantially because we need to get stuff done. We need to really hustle in order to get some junk done. Okay, so let's disassemble this. Let's get ourselves basically as many sort of access points to junk levels as we possibly can. Access down here. That's a pile of food. That's handy. We're going to mark this for gathering at level 3 because it is just that important. Yeah, we currently are doing some research on wood support buildings. It's going to give me some additional sort of stuff to play around with. You can see right here, wooden paths, wooden support arcs, etc. Mostly just picked that because we do not have, or we before the sea level dropped, we did not have the opportunity to collect any junk. So now we do. We got to take the opportunity to get it done. Right. Just identifying additional junk piles around here. Let's get that down there. Let's get this moved out of the way. This moved out of the way. Set that at priority. Set that at priority 2. It's not really the urgent priority that it that the other stuff needs. This is priority 3. This is fine. That's water. I mean, our boiler is doing fine, but it's not producing as much water as I would like. Our production is 25 per day, or average production is 16 per day, actually, should I say, and consumption is 20 per day. So we're currently losing 4. So as we're generally producing more, the boiler is just about breaking even, but we're not quite there yet. Let's get another house over here. It's good. And then let's go into 3 times speed to just let everybody do what they need to do. My 2 boats are doing a fine job. It's a little bit annoying that this dock is completely inaccessible until we get a junk boat, but that's okay. There are worse problems to have, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. The junk over here should be getting depleted. The junk over there should be getting depleted. Should I try and bridge over to this area? Kind of feel like I should. There's a lot of junk available. There's a water silo up top, which would keep me going for quite a while. Not to mention the fact, I've also just unlocked a bunch of sort of wooden path-style buildings. How's that gonna do? Not good. Not good at all. So I could, just, branch out. But I think I'm going to need to use sort of support pillars down here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here's my thought process. That was absolutely not what I wanted to do, but a good attempt, Potato. Wind support arc versus... Is there a difference? I don't think there's a difference between these two. Build that there. So that is obviously going to have slightly lower stability than I otherwise would like. Oh, that's a big platform too. Okay. I'm feeling this. This is looking good. What about something like this? What's the sort of structural integrity of doing a bridge this way? This looks awful. I'm going to have to change this. I'm legitimately shocked that this looks like it could work. Structural integrity is not quite there, but it's so close. I mean, if I was to put in a few more sort of supports here, that absolutely works. That absolutely works. Okay, so we managed to get a walkway that is excessive, perhaps, but it works. It absolutely works. And we can also access this area now. We can mark this for gathering, which is going to be good. This pile of junk over here, I'm not entirely sure how or what the best way to access that that junk pile is. What about we try and build around the side here? Yeah, what about something like this? We'll see if we can just try and get away with just using these sort of thin support panels. Not really certain that that's gonna work too well, but it absolutely seems to be. Queue it all up. Queue it all up. I mean, we don't have to necessarily extract right now. It can be a low priority thing to do, but hey, if it works, right? And I think it's time to get the junk gathering boat at least started so that I can free up that dock. The bit of debris might decide to just disappear, but if it doesn't, it'd be nice to fix it. I can also probably just ditch one of these boats. I mean, we have got so much wood. I mean, I feel like I've built like a massive suspension bridge across here or something. It's a pretty impressive construction, if you ask me. Is there anywhere else that I sort of want to be accessing? I mean, this area looks good, but it's only accessible at low tide. The sort of good thing about this area is that it's going to be accessible at all times. Not maybe the lower levels, but, you know, definitely the top levels. That's a good That's a good sort of thing to move towards, I think. And just like that, our time with the good, juicy, high tide vibes is over, unfortunately. And or sorry, the low tide vibes are over, and the high tide vibes are about to begin in just a little bit. All of the water that we had access to is now disappearing. What a shame. But the important thing is that we used the time wisely, and in fact we built a large structure which allows us access to this area at all times, which is really nice. Okay, there's a sea drop level happening in about a day. This is going to be a permanent sort of change of pace, which is quite nice. I've finished the research. It's a junk boat. Amazing. Build the junk boat. Get a sailor assigned. Move the sailor from here. Brilliant. Get the junk boat assigned. And, of course, the pile of junk has just disappeared. Oh, well. What can you do? It doesn't particularly matter. Let the sailors do whatever they want to do. That's fine. Keep it up. And then, yeah, we'll maybe see if we can try and improve the mood of some of the workers here. Maybe get additional food production. Yeah, maybe that's what we're after. Yeah, I mean, I think we just crank up the amount of food that we give these people. We give the workers, that is. It is going to put an additional strain on my food supply, but frankly, I mean, we'll just tough it up because there is plenty of food around that still needs to be collected. Even if we can't necessarily access it right now, we should be fine. We also unlocked... no, the fishing hut I've already got. The woodcatcher I have not yet built, but the woodcatcher works exactly the same as... I guess I'll build it. What the heck? It's only a tiny amount of supply. We don't necessarily have to put somebody in it. The woodcatcher works exactly like the fishing hut. You just need to make sure that you have a little bit of access down below. And then it's all good. Do I want to build any more decorations? Sure. What the heck? Let's build some decorations on top of the houses. Build that over there. Beautiful. Build that over there. Nice. And that over here. Cool. Right. Any additional research that I want to do? A metal crane, a metal gathering boat. Not particularly. Decorations? Maybe. Decorations be kind of cool. Hamster wheel, a wooden wind turbine, basic leisure benches. Sure, I'll do the leisure benches. Why not? That'll lead into the watchtower and stand leisure buildings. Okay. Okay, cool. I've raised the happiness of my workers up a little bit, and that has unlocked the social policy tree, which means that I can choose a whole bunch of different things. Gain HP from food. We lose influence, and it's going to cost me... Well, it's going to cost me influence, but we're going to lose 10% of our influence. Is that something that I really want to do? Minus 10% happiness from food, but plus 10% influence? Sure, let's do it. I guess we're moving towards... I guess this is like authoritarian or something? Meaning of water, minus 10% happiness from water, plus 10% influence? Sure, we'll do that when we have the influence. I'm not particularly worried about it. I mean, all of these things are going to cost quite a lot of influence, but we do gain influence now from our worker group. That was the little requirement over here, or a little sort of unlocked after reaching 15 happiness. That's quite nice. Pretty chuffed with that. That's looking pretty good. Research-wise, this is fine. Leisure buildings, it's coming along nicely. Word spreads. We welcome everyone. We do welcome everyone. We don't necessarily have homes for everyone, but we do welcome everyone. Should I try and build... I mean, this feels like very daft thing to do. What about building some wooden houses over here? Sure. Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Build some... Oh. Is this gonna hold? I actually can't believe that that's holding. I can't believe that's holding. It's good though. Floating metal. We can't mark that for gathering yet. That's fine. Okay, that is a bridge too far. But we got actually that's a decent sort of place to put our houses. Put it this way, I wouldn't buy real estate on this bridge. but, you know, you could if you wanted to. I'm going to increase access to water. Access to water for workers, that's fine. See if that gives me what I need. I also have free workers. Captain, the sea level is falling. Indeed. Indeed, the sea level is falling. Yeah, we have free workers, which means that we can actually do some stuff now. What do I want to do? Well, first of all, probably want to have somebody else in the fishing hut. We'll do that. Then maybe put one person in the wood gatherer just to say that I've done it. Why not? And then maybe put... Actually, maybe put the engineer in there and then the other sailor in the other boat. Yeah, I guess. I don't really think that that's going to make too much of a difference, but it's fine, I suppose. What's going on over here? Pile of metal. Oh, these are just girders. That's fine. Metal elevator. Okay, interesting. Interesting stuff indeed. That is so sketchy. That is so sketchy. I can't believe that that's worked. A leader's full potential. Okay, well, I need to get up to the required 20 happiness. We'll certainly do our best. We've unlocked the ability to get some decorations and a rule post. Gives leisure. Sure, bang that down over there. And bang this down over here. On the bridge, which is apparently where I'm also going to put a bench. It seems like a very sensible thing to do. You know what? This might not be a bad place to relax. I'd definitely rather relax here than live here. That's for sure. Either way, this is all looking pretty darned good. Okay, time has passed a little bit. I've made a few improvements, getting ourselves a second fishing hut to try and arrest this relatively large decline in food, but we really just need more people. I've also built a fuel gathering hut and currently working on the research for explosive barrel tech. Well, that'd be kind of fun. Fast way to demolish things that are in your way, indeed. And in fact, there is a little area over here that is filled with wood that I think might quite suit an explosive barrel. I do need to solve the food conundrum, though, and the food conundrum is problematic. There's a little pile of food over here. Maybe we should try and build a little bit of additional infrastructure over to here in order to try and get this all working. Yeah, let's try and do something like this, I think. Okay, so that'll work. That's not too bad. If I get a flight of stairs on either end, I mean, the stability's questionable at some points, but it's not too bad. Then we get another flight of stairs down to what, like here, I think? That should be fine. 2 stairs there. That's a little bit too much, but then we mark this and mark this, both for, like, level 3 deconstruction, and then hope that that kind of fixes the problem. That's the dream, I suppose. A mysterious building. Assign people to investigate what is inside. Aha! We can actually do it because, of course, the sea level went down. Right. Assign people to investigate. I guess I need to connect it. It's a bit of a ways away, I gotta be honest. I'll see if I can build maybe a connection from here. Maybe, where am I gonna build a connection from? It's a really long way away. Okay, I feel like that's half the solution there. We do that, then we do some stairs. Oh, that was not happy. Okay, that apparently messes up the vibe of everything. We'll do a ladder there, and then another ladder down here to somewhere like that, and then maybe we can put in a... It's a pile of metal. I don't really want to mess with the pile of metal, to be honest. So let's just see if we can try and extend the ladder down a little bit further. Yeah, how about that? Problem is, this is a ridiculously long way to traverse. Like, crazy far. Could we do maybe here? To be fair, that's maybe not the craziest idea. I mean, it would require a little bit of jiggling around to make this all work. But I think think that's level, right? Yeah. Okay, moment of truth. Can we put one of these brand new spanking walkways in that cover the distance? No, the answer to that is absolutely not. We cannot do that. Right, we might have to see if we can try and... Yeah, you're not even... Not likely. Not likely to work. What about just some sort of general infrastructure on top of that? Nah, it's a large hole to try and traverse. How's my research going? I finished the research, so we've got the explosive barrel tech. I can do that. It is a polluter, and it is going to presumably explode. But you know what? We'll give it a shot. What about down here? No, I didn't want to do it down there. Although that is a... the idea is intoxicating, I must say. Right, what about over here? Let's do it. Okay, build it. Is it going to explode by itself, or does it need to be detonated by me? It needs to be detonated by me. Okay, and that did exactly what I wanted to, and now we have access to water, which is pretty darn cool. Okay, I'm going to see if I can try and... I mean, what is the best way to do this? Maybe the best way, honestly, is just to get some more research. Wood support for buildings. Metal support for buildings. Yeah, I absolutely do not hate that. But maybe we can sort of muddle through and see if we can try and find a solution for this. I think we've done it. Turns out all we needed was bigger struts all along. Right, can I get people assigned? I think I need to do 1 or 2 more bits just to connect things in. And then we'll see if we can try and get some workers assigned. Aha, there we go. Our first worker has been assigned. That is brilliant. Let's get rid of the other engineer. Put the engineer into here. And let's see what we have to investigate in this tower thing. This is looking pretty good, though. It's looking pretty darn good, if I do indeed say so myself. A little bit of progress towards the mysterious structure. Always good. Oh, and it looks like, I think, the waves are... The waves are heating up. I'm going to maybe suggest that my people should get out of here. But you know what? I commend them for their bravery. There is absolutely no way that they are going to survive this if they don't leave, like, right now. But wait, they might get it done. Ah, the building's been flooded. What a shame. Okay, well, you know what? I think that's probably a fairly good place to call it. Yeah, I'm loving this. Obviously I'm loving this. I can't wait to see more. I think this is going to be great. You should play the demo, linked down in the description. It is free, it is on Steam, and it is available right now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Orbital Potato. Thank you ever so much to TinyBuild for sponsoring this video. I'll catch you next time. Bye.